Where the Bad Blood Started, August 2021 through spring of 2022. Brian Johnson, known as the Liver King, goes viral eating raw organs and pushing his 9 ancestral tenets. Within months, he tops 1 million followers on Instagram and TikTok. April 2022, the first on-air jab between Joe Rogan and the Liver King. Joe Rogan calls Liver King's physique an ass full of steroids during a podcast segment, dismissing Johnson's all-natty claims. July 15th, 2022. The Joe Rogan Experience number 1842, which featured Andrew Huberman, revisits the accusation. Rogan actually doubles down that the influencer is obviously on gear. How the journey went from steroid leak to the apology tour to finally attempts to get on Joe Rogan's show. November 28th, 2022. The fitness YouTuber Derek More Plates, More Dates leaks emails showing Johnson spending $11,000 a month on PEDs. That particular video went viral. December 1st, 2022. Johnson posts a YouTube mea culpa admitting the steroid use. December 30th, 2022. JRE episode featuring Derek as a guest riffs on the leak. Joe Rogan says Johnson ran a con game and refuses a Liver King booking request. Let's discuss the long simmer between 2023 and early 2025. In 2023, Johnson faces class action suits, which were later dropped, and stays largely off Joe Rogan's radar. 2024 rolls around, 2 more Rogan chats with Derek, podcast number 2073 and 2239. Keep the steroid fiasco in the news cycle cementing the riff. And on May 13th, 2025, Netflix drops Untold, The Liver King, relitigating the steroid scandal and featuring Rogan soundbites that again paint Johnson as a fraud. Johnson responds with fresh social media bravado, which brings us to today, June 2025, meltdown and arrest. Let's talk about June 22nd, 2025, which was Sunday. Johnson posted on Instagram a reel wearing a wolf pelt, calling Joe Rogan out for an honorable fight and saying he's flying to Austin to settle this like primals.
Anything and everything. Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable. And we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us. And you don't have to hold a camera. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for, because I have my family to fight for. And I'll die for them, you know that. And you're a black belt, but you've never come across something like this. Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, I'm fighting for my family. So limb. Go ahead. But then you have to contend with something else. And I weigh 177 pounds, an actual savage. And so at first you're like, fuck that guy. And right? When you all of a sudden he did get your attention, which I already did before this, you're saying, I'm going to choke that motherfucker, that piece of fucking shit, I'm going to choke him out. That's what warriors do. You and Andrew Tate are good warriors. But you're actually better than that real tension we have. Comedy that you do is good and true. We have real tension. But what I see in you is comedy is good and true. Touch points. How people laugh if we don't make fun of them at their expense. They laugh. You should all make fun of me. You should all make fun of me at my expense. Trust me, that it still works, and then you should get paid for it. And let's go. Because we're leaving. We're going to Austin. What was my very last point?
That we're gonna kick Joe Rogan's ass?
The real G said it. Oh, it's my speech. Justin Fitz.
On Monday, June 23rd, multiple follow-up clips show him pacing with a tactical vest, brandishing a utility knife and referencing dying on the mat. On Tuesday, June 24th in the afternoon, APD monitors the posts, APD being Austin Police Department, confirming Johnson is en route to Austin, Texas. Joe Rogan tells detectives he's never met Johnson and finds the videos threatening. Detectives secure a warrant for terroristic threat, which falls under Texas Penal Code 22.07 Class B misdemeanor. Come today, Wednesday, 25th June 2025 at 6 p.m.-ish, officers arrest Johnson at Austin's Four Seasons Hotel. Body camera footage shows him cuffed while live streaming.
The vehicle?
Yeah.
And these items are for you?
And the current status as of today, Johnson, aka Liver King, 47 years of age, is held in Travis County Jail, awaiting a bond hearing. Austin Police Department calls it an active investigation. At this point, Joe Rogan has issued no public comment.
And I'm not allowed out of that space until 6 a.m. That's my new curfew. With this, that's an ankle bracelet. It's a little bit of added weight that makes my legs stronger. It's a unilateral load that adds to coordination that I otherwise wouldn't have asked for that gift. But that's the new gift that one is.
Now, what actually triggered the charge? Three things. Threat element. In Texas law, which only acquires a credible threat of violence that causes a reasonable person to fear harm, no weapon or physical approach to Joe Rogan was necessary. It was an overt act. Johnson not only posted menacing videos, but traveled to Rogan's home city and kept posting, satisfying the immediacy condition prosecutors usually look for. And finally, the intent to hunt. Online speculation used the word hunt, but police affidavits so far cite fighting language and the knife scene on video rather than a plotted ambush. Here are some latest developments and what is next. 4 things to look forward to. Number 1, an arraignment and bond. A first appearance is expected by Friday, June 27th, 2025. Class B threats often carry bonds under $10,000, but judges can add no contact and social media gag conditions. Number 2, social media fallout. Instagram flagged the threatening videos. Johnson's account is temporarily disabled. 3, civil exposure. Joe Rogan has not filed a civil suit yet, but his attorneys could pursue an injunction or damages for emotional distress if the threats continue. And number 4, impact on the Netflix documentary. Untold producers told Time they are monitoring the legal outcome for a possible epilogue update. Now here's the bottom line. The feud began as a one-sided crusade by Liver King to win Joe Rogan's approval or clout. After being outed for steroid use, Rogan's repeated on-air takedowns kept the pressure high. When Johnson shifted from PR stunts to explicit threats and flew to Austin, Texas, it crossed the legal line, earning him a terroristic threat charge and a night in jail. So as of today, June 25th, 2025, the case is just beginning. If convicted, Johnson faces up to 180 days in jail and a $2,000 fine, plus whatever reputational cost comes with being known as the influencer who tried, unsuccessfully, to pick a fight with Joe Rogan.
Okay, real quick, P.S. What I'm hoping is that you, Joe Rogan, are thinking, I'm going to choke that motherfucker out, lights out, I'm going to choke him out. And I kind of hope that if you win, that's how it happens, because like to wake up from that dream, that's a good feeling. And then anything else that you could break on me, break it on me. I hope that you won't feel me tap. That's never happening, tapping, because I have something actually to fight for. Actually, that's my family. I have a principle to fight for. That's what I'm, well, what if he actually does what he's saying? What if that would be interesting? That would be interesting. What do you have to fight for? You're fighting. I hope you're mad. You should choke me out. You know how to do that. You're trained. You're trained. You got a black belt. Black belt in jiu-jitsu. I hope you choke me out. And if you don't choke me out, these other limbs will be interesting. Should be very interesting. That's the PS. I already thought about my game plan. I don't have a plan. I'm not going to train. But I hope you've been training. And I'm ready whenever you're ready. If it's tomorrow, that will be great. Let's do it as soon as possible. If it's not tomorrow, then just whenever you're ready.